In our last segment, we sat down with creative director of that game company, Genova Chen. Now it's time to get a little bit more techie. We now welcome John Edwards, lead programmer of Flower, who's here to talk a little bit about the awesome tech that went into the game. So let me now kick it over to the master of Flower Power himself, Ryan Clements. Yes, I just said that.
Thank you, Jess.
You're
That's
welcome.
an amazing title. So talk about how many blades of grass are going at one time sometimes. It seems sort of ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are over 200,000 blades of grass going at various times in the game. I remember the first meeting we had about Flower. Genova came in and he was presenting this idea he just had, and really at that point the idea was just flowers. He kind of had found all of these pictures on Flickr of flowers, and he's like, guys, flowers, do you see this? Do you understand? You know, for me, like I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, you know, Seattle area, and like, you know, it gets really cold in the winter, and like flowers all, you know, like they die, but what
Flowers, what are those?
Exactly, yeah. But we do have, you know, a lot of nature up there though, you know, a lot of grass, and you know, so for me, that's what was sort of resonating, and so it's sort of very early on, like one of my obsessions was, you know, okay, well, this game about flowers, well, really what it needs is grass. Like that's nature to me. And so we were just like, you know, just jamming on this problem. How do we get this grass working? And as a joke, we're like, well, you know, this is the PlayStation 3, you know, why don't we just render every single blade of grass, you know? And we were just sort of saying that.
As a joke.
Yeah, you know, we're like, oh, that's ridiculous, that's silly, nothing's powerful enough to do that. But then one of our programmers, Martin Middleton, who was just really, you know, digging into the SPUs and really trying to learn it and do things right, you know, he's just like, well, I'll try it, you know? And he coded it up, you know, the first prototype, and, you know, it just worked. And we're like, wait a minute, you know, this might actually, you know, we might be able to pull this off. You know, and so yeah, it sort of just really did arise out of this like joke we were having. It's like, okay, well, this is the way we can do it, you know, on the PlayStation 3, if we're actually you know, focusing on doing it right, then, you know, you can pull off 200,000 blades of grass.
So the credits, the interactive credits at the end in the picture frame, just kind of like, you know what, let's just do it for doing its sake, or there's secrets in there, or what's, you know?
When you play through the level, you hit flowers with people's names on them, and then the names kind of, you know, ascend to the sky, and you know, they just sort of become stars in the sky. And yeah, we thought that was a nice little, you know, way of symbolizing how we appreciated everyone who worked on the game.
You're immortalizing all their hard work.
Yeah.
There you go.
I cannot tell you how excited I was for this game. You know, I have major hopes to see what you guys come out with in the future. So for you at home, Flower is now available at PSN, and you guys should definitely check it out.